Well, good day folks. I can hear loads of birds singing. There's a big seagull flying past. I don't know if you caught that. Right, it's the weekend. I've got no room in the shed at all, so I'm going to have to use the car as temporary storage. So that's there for the weekend. Let's go to the shed. Because I brought that scooter home, I basically had to rush and make space. So now I've got to tidy things up a little bit. I think the idea is just to hide everything behind sheets, or cover it up with a coat. So with a mobility scooter stored in the car for the weekend, I've got a little bit of walk space. Snobby will like that vice. It's a big one. Right, for everyday solace, don't feel too bad. The bench is totally blocked up again. I've got some biggish things that I need to strip. There's a big motor box, so I'm going to do that. But the reason I'm in here really is I'm not happy with the lighting. And I did pick up this twin fluorescent fitting, which, as everybody knows, was longer than what I needed. I had this idea of cutting it down to fit a smaller tube. I was told I can't do that, it won't work. Well, if somebody's going to tell me it won't work, I'll have to try it just to see if it won't work. The other reason is because of where it is, every time I walk past, I've got a danger of standing on that end, breaking it off and making it totally useless. Oh look, Pooh's pig! I made a pig for Pooh's mate. There we go. I need to clean that up and put some ears on it. Right, I'm going to tattle that so I don't. It's one job out the way, and if it don't work, I can whip the ballast out of it and make a bit of copper. Right, so we know that tube works, okay, and we know the starter in that must work. And I've found a couple of starters. What I didn't know is that they're for different sizes. So that starter will cover those three sizes. And it appears that this starter is just for 4 to 65 watts at a single tube. But we'll try. So my plan is I'm going to take that tube out, take it over there, cut it, shorten it, see if it lights up. If it does, make good the cut, and then I'll have a twin light fluorescent which I can replace here. Is it going to be difficult to do that? I shouldn't think so. At each end it's a plastic thing holding the fittings, held in place with a spring. There's your choke, and through that hole goes your starter. The starter creates high frequency things, electric bits, that want to go from there to the other end of the tube, and it'll fire up the tube. Once it gets hot, it'll just keep on going. It just keeps going and going and going. But once it gets to a certain temperature, the electricity, I think once it's got through to that end, the power then has to go through this, what's called a choke. And people call it a ballast. And it chokes the electricity going through to a certain level to stop the starter from overheating. That's the purpose of that, because it's only got one winding in. If it had two windings in, it'd be a transformer. Anyway, I don't really need to know how it works. I just need to know, can I alter it? So from the end of that choke to there isn't really anything. Like I say, this bit fits in the end, and that spring fits in that place and holds it in place. So I need that, I need that, and I need that. But I don't need from, and I need that, but I don't need from there to there, or whatever size I don't need. So my idea, I think, is just cut it in place, like that, and then slide it inside of each other. So it's movable, I can fasten it with rivets, and I can get the exact size. That's the plan. Shall we fail? The first thing is going to put the old tube in to one end. So we have a marker pen and a square, and what we're going to say is that marker pen is absolutely useless. Fixed it. Right, so you can see my plan. I need that to end there, and I need that. So if I cut it here, I'm going to cut it there, and I can slide that bit inside until that meets that, and then we'll test it. So there we go, lid on, follow the line. Switch on. Follow the line. Woo, baby. Easy peasy. Right, shorten that somehow. Squeeze it on the inside. Look at that. Will this work? Will this work? We shall see shortly. Very shortly. Let me get set up. Okay, well, with that jammed into there, so it's a tight fit on that, I put the starter in off the one that I know that works. That's a tube that I know that works. Wired up to my quick connect fitting. I'll close that. That goes to the plug. Switch that on. And that tube should light. We shall see. So door closed. Bit of light blocked off. You know nothing's going to happen, don't you? And lights on. So there you go. 6 foot into 5 foot will go. Awesome. Awesome. So there we go. Who said it couldn't be done? Right. I'm going to do some other playing about now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try those different starters in it to see if the size of starter makes any difference. Oh, whoa, temperature's dropping. Time to get that fire on. That needs to go back up there. Let's try this one. Well, that didn't work. So maybe that's a dead starter. Or just maybe he's right, you have to have the right starter for the right sort of tube. Yes, trying. Boom, we're on. So even probably not the right starter for the right size of tube will allow it to work. Maybe they build in a little bit of leeway. But, hey, I've got a double fluorescent now. What I need to do, I need to put that one in the other side and swap the tube over. Wow, yes. Right, so now I've got a double fluorescent light fitting I can put up in the roof. Give me better lighting. Okay, so that was a day or so ago, and we've just put it out there until we neaten up that shortening. However, I wouldn't be me, would I? I wouldn't be Ian Matthews if fate didn't say, "Ah, so you think that's a good idea, do you? Well, what about this?" And of course, I picked something up. What have I picked up? I've picked up two ceiling fluorescent light fittings. Quite the slim line. They're only, you know, two inches deep, 2.5 inches deep. They've got 4 tubes in. They've got reflectors, and I've wired this one up, and if I can turn this light out, there we're going a bit dark, and I come over here and we switch on. Nothing. Why is that? I have to check my connections now. Well, it appears the neutral wire. There we go. So it appears the neutral wire hadn't fitted proper. Oh, let's try that again. Oh, boosh! Bish bash bosh. Decision time. It's just typical, isn't it? I think I'm doing something to make a bit of space, and then I get 2 more lights along, and now I've got more lights than what I wanted, and I'm going to have to decide which one I'm going to be putting in the ceiling. Oh well, if anything, I've proved out to you people out there, to a certain person out there, you know who you are, that 6 foot into 5 foot will go. Catch you in the next one.